Hey world, it's been when to come back to another video. I want to come back with this video here because, education, okay, doesn't end in school, okay? Education is actually like oxygen and water. Okay? You're supposed to use it every day, every second. You're supposed to be learning something new, all right? So I would equate education to water, to the necessity for us to live a life, a purpose, live a life of clarity. It comes with educating yourself every day. And I think that's where school makes the mistake in its whole compulsory dynamics, in the sense where, we teach kids to hate failure, all right? And in teaching kids to hate failure in school, that's actually the antithesis of what life is about. Because life is full of failures. No one goes through this existence without some trials and tribulations. And how you handle those trials and tribulations will actually dictate, your progression, your growth. School teaches our kids to compete in life. To compete at school. You're making a 70. Don't make a 70, make an 80. Don't make an 80, make a 90. We talk about the number of kids that are in that middle thread, making 75s and 80s and 85s, grades that are not perceived well enough to get academic scholarships. Okay? And then, of course, you have the GT kids, the pre-AP kids, the advanced placement kids that's making A's and exceeding in school. But where is the immunity to failure? Because in the real world, it's not like that. All right? And so I think that's one of the differences between school education and life's education. From the age of 5, we're going into a building. We're going to an environment that we don't know what it is, don't know what it's about. All we know that it's just a lot of recess, it's a lot of PE, it's a lot of sleeping, a lot of nap time at the beginning. Then it gets harder and harder and harder every year, and your responsibilities grow from this particular environment. And so it's stress that you don't fail, that you don't fail, that you don't fail. And so that mindset doesn't prepare you for the real life, and that's why if you do the research, it'll surprise you of the number of students that did so well in school academically, but then when they got in the real world, never reached their potential. Because see, this life is a grind, and after the age of 21, if you haven't had any type of, building up of that, that gut, because remember, when it comes to the gut, that's our chakra. That's what protects us. That helps us to identify the desires and identify our needs. And a lot of times, family, if you just focus on just the academic education, young people, you'll never really have the heart and soul to deal with the trials and tribulations in life, because they're going to come. But how you deal with them is going to pretty much dictate your growth. All right, we all go through them. And so, like I said, if you're young and you're in school, you dig? Don't be so hard on yourself. If you make a 75 or an 80, if you got a 2.0, and that's the best that you can do, then you be happy with that and be proud of that. Don't let no one outside of your existence make you feel bad about your best effort. See, school hate failures, but no one's a failure when they give their best. And no one's a failure, especially if they're learning something every day. Like I tell my students, if it's a weekend, that's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. What did you learn? Okay? Because knowledge has to be an ongoing process. You need to look at education as an ongoing process, as like water. And that's how you really reach that true potential and be able to handle all the trials and tribulations and successes of life. Because remember, those that are hardened by difficult times are able to overcome. I'm a big advocate of Stoicism. You know, the Stoics had a different philosophical mindset when it comes to life's hard times and trials and tribulations. Stoicism lets you know that even at our worst, even at our lowest existence or at our lowest point in life, there is something inside of us that can bring us out of it. It never gets that bad, because remember, nothing outside of your body can destroy you, but everything inside of your body can create nothing but happiness. Remember, materialism, anything that's carbon based, anything that's tangible outside of your body, it gets old, it dies. But your spirit never dies, and so that happiness and peacefulness that you can create inside of your body can take you through any hard times. And so this education that we're giving our kids, I just want to make sure that we understand that there's a separate level of education which happens every day. Okay? Recognizing your environment. Understand, especially as from an adult standpoint, that hey, we don't learn about money in school. And so in order to take advantage of the situations that we're in and not become a sheeple, not become a follower of the masses, you can actually get this financial literacy and build your own wealth. But remember, your health is your wealth first. But understanding how the banking system works and understanding, you know, the little idiosyncrasies that comes with, you know, school and life. Remember, school teaches you to be an employee. Okay? Life hardens you up. And you're going to come out of one end or the other. You dig? So if I just want to come back with a little food for thought, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to videos. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High inside you bring you joy. And being with is out of 5,000.